Bitter criticism. Today we are going to study who is Donald Trump, why he got shot, and what kind of bullet he people shoot him. Um, and why America doesn't elect Tommy instead of Trump. Tommy, do you want to be American president? Well, so yeah, first of all, I'm going to do something very different now. I'm going to ask ChatGPT. I'm going to try, but yesterday, I guess I did this. I don't remember because I was kind of stoned by weed, and well, I want to know which sector of economy or geopolitics Trump do represent. I'm going to ask this: what sector, what interests, what sector of American economy Donald Trump represent. I guess questions like this are too tricky for ChatGPT. But he's answering. Look, ChatGPT actually answer me. I asked what sectors of American economy does Trump represent? I'm just going to fix a little bit like that. Yeah. Well, what sectors of the economy does Trump represent? Yeah, it's better like this. So, I asked ChatGPT, what sector of American economy does Trump represent? Look. And well, there's a list here. What sector of American economy Donald Trump represent? Oh, I didn't say represent. I guess I'm still stoned. Stoned. Well, it says like this: Donald Trump has been involved in various sectors of the American economy. Most notably, one, real estate. Trump made his initial fortune in real estate, particularly through his company's development of office towers, hotels, casinos, and golf courses. Well, so real estate, towers, hotels, casinos, and golf courses. Second, entertainment. Trump gained significant public attention as the host of the reality show The Apprentice. Yeah. So I guess Trump is this. That's why people say you are fired. In my opinion, yeah, I don't know. Third, hospitality. Through his hotels and resorts, Trump has been heavily involved in the hospitality industry. Resort, hotels. Fourth, licensing and branding. The Trump brand has been used for various products and services, including clothing, home furnishing, and more. And the latest, 5, politics. As the 45th president of the United States, Trump had a significant impact on the political and economic policies of the country. So yeah, maybe that's why I just reading. I'm just trying to educate, self-educate myself with ChatGPT. Well, that's why maybe Donald Trump is has this mantra, this slogan, "Make America Great Again." What I note also is that well, I'm going to ask ChatGPT now. What is the what is the deep state? He'll tell me. He should tell me this the military industrial complex. And what else? Well, and ChatGPT. Well, Donald Trump. That's why probably Donald Trump says "Make America Great Again." Great like hotel lives. Great like his hotels. I'm asking ChatGPT now. What is the so-called deep state? What is the so-called deep state? The term deep state refers to a conspiracy theory suggesting that a hidden, unelected network within the government or bureaucracy wields significant power. Wields significant power independent of elected officials. Proponents believe this network influences of or controls government policy and decision making, often to serve its interests rather than those of the public or elected representatives. The theory typically involves elements like intelligence agencies, military officials, and other entrenched government bureaucrats. It's important to know that the existence of a deep state is highly disputed and lacks substantial evidence, with many considering it to be a politically motivated, sensationalist idea. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to ask the last one. What is the so-called? Maybe this so-called is suggesting ChatGPT that this is actually a conspiracy theory. What is the so-called military industrial complex? Yeah, you know this cell phone, the Redmi cell phone, this one suggested me complex. I wrote military industrial complex. The term military industrial complex, I will show you, I will read it. Oh, it's huge. It's a huge answer. Look. The term military industrial complex refers to the relationship between a country's military and the defense industry that supplies it with weapons and equipment. This concept was popularized by President Dwight D. Eisenhower in his farewell address in 1961. He warned of the potential dangers of a close relationship between the military and the defense industry, suggesting that it could lead to excessive government spending on defense and undue influence over national policy. Yeah, that's perfect, you know. This is just what happened. The war industry. The military industrial complex involves 1. Defense contractors, companies that produce weapons, vehicles, technology, and other equipment for the military. 2. Military establishment, the branches of the armed forces and associated institutions. 3. Government, policymakers, and legislators who approve defense budgets and policies. So can you see? the this military industrial complex, the defense contractors, military establishment, and the government, I will read again, the government, policymakers and legislators who approve defense budgets and policies. So it's not a dictatorship, but these people have a lot of money, and they can sell a narrative that's saying that invading countries is a great business. And I'm not naive, you know. This is just what happened across history. There's a huge topic in this new chronology of history. This Fomenko, not Timur Fomenko, but maybe a relative of Timur Fomenko. I will ask ChatGPT now. Yeah, this is the ChatGPT episode. Government policymakers can, but as you can see, across history, what is a government? What is a nation? It's just a military, you know. If you cannot defend yourself against an invasion, let's tell, for example, right now I'm here in Chile, and well, I'm a simple citizen. I'm actually very poor. I cannot defend myself, but just because of Tommy, you know, I don't have a gun, I don't have weapons, but I have Tommy. I'm sorry. Well, I can do nothing against a Peruvian invasion, you know. If Peruvian army came after me, I will run to the Chilean army, of course. You know, if I see a Peruvian army running after me, well, first I will tell them, hey, what's going on? Do you want to invade Chile? Can I invade Chile with you? But honestly, that doesn't work like that. If you have an invasion, a country's invasion, people will just kill you. You know, if you face a country's invasion. So that's how the history of war. Yeah, maybe there's a new chronology by Fomenko, but that's it. You know, that's it. And that's what govern the U.S. as I just read since Eisenhower. President Dwight D. Eisenhower, in his farewell address in 1961, he said that. But this is just the history of, this is just universal history. That happens all the time. That happens everywhere. And then the government, you know, the government is controlled by the military. Anyway, critics argue that this complex can lead to conflicts of interest, promote unnecessary military spending, and influence foreign policy decisions. They also suggest it can create an environment where economic and political considerations drive military actions rather than genuine security needs. Yeah, this is the more tricky issue, where economic and political considerations drive military actions rather than genuine security needs. So an empire create their own agenda, you know. If you have an empire like the US, and you have a lack of imagination, you know, you don't know who to invade next. This is just how the hegemon works, you know. You have this empire, and this is just human history, you know. You have and Russia is just like that too, you know. Russia is a country, it's a huge country. Russia needs to survive, you know, in order to not get invaded by the US. Since atomic bombs, maybe Einstein was not so stupid, you know, because if a single country has all the nuclear weapons, that's it. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. nothing will stop this country to invade all the rest, you know, all the rest. Like, imagine there only the America, only the US has nuclear weapons. They will invade everybody, and that will be a dictatorship of the US government. That's like, and well, and that's how we come back to Trump. So Trump doesn't represent the deep state or the industrial military complex. No, this complex is so powerful. They create weapons. They ask for taxes. They ask for taxes for people. American people, they are so poor nowadays, but this industrial military complex just don't care about. They just care about making money, you know, making money out of war, making money out of industry. And well, if they can create industry anywhere, that will be nice for the business. But it's not so nice. But people want other things, you know. And that's the conflict, you know, and that's why maybe the industrial military complex, the CIA or the deep state, despite could be a conspiracy theory. I'm not sure if the CIA, you know, is so complex, but definitely. So it's complex to know the details, but it's not so complex to understand what's happening in the world, because it always happened the same way. And you can take examples from your own life, like me right here in Chile, invaded by, killed by a Peruvian army. You know, if the Peruvian army came here, I will not care much about YouTube videos, politics. I'm just going to run away. You know, I will throw some stones. They will shot me with guns, and I will die. You know, I perish. I will have to retire to run away with my dogs. You know, and to call anyway. So that's war. And at that time, it doesn't matter to me. It will be not important. Nothing. Just survive. You know. So. But that time, I'm not sure if I will be kidnapped by my own government to paying taxes, or not paying taxes by living in poverty, you know. So that maybe they will send me to fight the Peruvians, you know. That's the whole truth about life and war. But if I don't kill the Peruvians will kill me, you know. So that's how it goes. And that's the question of deep state, you know, and life. This is a philosophical question. How to live our lives? Is there a real threat? Is there a real Peruvian threat to me? It's not, you know. There's not a real threat. Not a real threat. And how I should live my life, you know. Is war a good business? It depends, you know. We should study the history of wars. We have records from Renaissance or something. And that's why I was talking about Fomenko, and that's my next research here. First, who is Timur Fomenko? Who is Timur Fomenko? Timur Fomenko is a political analyst and freelance. Timur Fomenko is a political analyst and freelance journalist known for his commentary on international affairs, particularly focusing on geopolitical issues involving China, Russia, and the West. He frequently writes for Russia Today, where he discusses topics such as US-China relations, the dynamics of Asian unity, and various geopolitical conflicts. Voice of East, the UNZ review. Fomenko often critiques Western narratives and policies, arguing that they are sometimes misleading or biased against countries like China and Russia. His articles explore how media portrayal and political strategies can influence international perceptions and policy decisions. Aleto News. I guess this paragraph right here, Fomenko often critiques Western narratives. This kind of Western narratives is important because there is a historian, a mathematician who commit himself for history, for the new chronology. I'm just going to search the exact name of him. Just 1 second. And well, if you don't want war, let's remember my case, my hypothesis. If Chile will be invaded right here, right now, for Peruvian army, in that case, of course, I will call the Chilean army, I will call the Chilean army. But why Peruvian army want to invade us in the first place? That's very, very usual in the so-called history, in the so-called chronology. Like the people from the sea, from Bronze Age, the people from the sea, maybe they were people running from any disaster, and that's how they invaded. I don't remember, Egypt. They invaded Egypt. They believe they were. People believe they were from a lot of places. Like this, I don't remember now. These people from Crete, the Minoics. People believe they could be the Minoics. They could be any other people. A lot of peoples. And well, back to the ChatGPT. Yes, Timur Fomenko, but my opinion, and there's a Brazilian intellectual too. His name is Maria Lucia Santaella. Maria Lucia Santaella he's a specialist in semiotics. Well, she's a specialist on semiotics, and she says that mankind just evolved. We, as a whole, mankind evolved to this stage in which we are connected in globalization and we communicate each other with indexes, and this time this globalization is very different from any other period in history. That's the question. And what nowadays Trump, and you absolutely can prevent wars. So there's this military industrial complex said by Eisenhower. It's not necessary, you can call Peruvian people. Right now I have a cell phone and I have internet, and well, if there will be a war between Peruvian and Chilean, in my example, I can search for a beautiful woman in Peru, a Peruvian model on Instagram, and talk to her. Hey, why are you invading us? Understand? There's a lot of videos on YouTube. So our age this time is very different. You know, we don't need war. Nobody needs war anymore. That will be the headline of this very video. Nobody needs war anymore, because in the past, yeah, in the maybe I need war to defend myself, you know. But against who? Against I can defend myself by chat on internet, you know, by dialogue, definitely. So in the past, definitely an army will be necessary to defend yourself against other countries' armies. But by now, because of this evolution of human capacities, of human, yeah, social media, you know, of human communication, the evolution of human communication, we can prevent wars. So that will be the headline. The name of this video: nobody needs wars anymore. Since social media, nobody needs war anymore. Yeah, I guess that's it. Well, is Timur now I'm asking ChatGPT, is Timur Fomenko related to Anatoly Fomenko? There is no available information suggesting that Timur Fomenko is related to Anatoly Fomenko. Anatoly Fomenko is a prominent Russian mathematician known for his controversial new chronology theory, which reinterprets historical timelines and events. His work has been widely criticized by mainstream historians and scholars. He has made significant contributions to mathematics, particularly in the fields of differential geometry and Hamiltonian mechanics. This is from All That's Interesting, Big Think Virtual Math Museum. Timur Fomenko on the other hand, does not appear to have a public profile closely linked to Anatoly Fomenko or his theories. If you have any specific context or details about Timur Fomenko that might help in provide more accurate information. Well, it's the same thing as I just read before. Timur Fomenko always is criticizing Western narrative. That's it. And Anatoly Fomenko, you shit GDP, you are so shit. He does that, but in a large scale. You know, the whole history is a misconception of, he criticized the whole history, not just small narratives. I want to know now how I can see a portrait of Timur Fomenko, because I didn't found him on internet. How can I see a portrait of Timur Fomenko? Oh, can you see now? So maybe Anatoly Fomenko is Timur Fomenko. You know, look. How I can see a portrait of Timur Fomenko, or maybe he's a nephew. You know, maybe he's, in my opinion, is so close, and I love them both. You know, I love his works. I'm straight. You know, yeah. I hopefully there's a woman in his family. I'll try my best to marry her. How can I see a portrait of Timur Fomenko? Currently, there are not publicly available portraits of Timur Fomenko, a writer known for his contributions to geopolitical analysis He writes for platforms like Russia Today and the UNZ Review, focusing on topics such as international relations, US foreign policy, and China's influence in global affairs. If you are interested in his work, you can find his articles on these websites. However, as of now, visual depictions of or portraits of him have not been made publicly accessible online. So that's a very good thing to do in these catastrophic times, in these Armageddonian times. Maybe Peruvian army want to kill me now. Maybe Chilean army want to kill me now. Maybe a lot of people want to kill me now by my comments, or maybe in the future, if I myself bitter, if I say something. Oh no, there's a dog. Mursi! Hey, Mursi! You don't know what happened now. There's an aggressive female dog. I'm laughing because she's kind of aggressive, but she's aggressive because she's coward. So she's a coward, aggressive female. But just like most of dog females, she's coward. That's why she's aggressive. She never came here. I never saw him. I never saw her, that dog, here. I never saw that. His name is Shakira. His name is Shakira. He's a mixed dog, a mixed female dog from a German Shepherd, and I don't remember who else. Oh yeah, it's a kind of boxer. She's a mixed dog between a German Shepherd and a boxer-like dog. So very interesting, isn't it? And she's aggressive. In my opinion, she has a German Shepherd mentality. And well, let's back to the. So we don't have a picture of Timur Fomenko from Russia Today and so on. Russia Today, the UNZ Review, Presença, Voice of East. Those are some magazines. Well, Timur Fomenko could be Anatoly Fomenko or could be related to them. My opinion, the new chronology is absolutely accurate. In this stage, I have to believe that because I never studied history. I guess history is not such a big deal neither, you know. Just like Anatoly Fomenko, he is a mathematician, you know. A mathematician, publicizing history, you know. That's it. So that said, Trump. The question I always address in this channel is why Trump, as a far right, as extreme right, maybe. Well, Michael Hudson and Pepe Escobar are saying that there's no more right or left, right or wrong. There's no more right because Trump this time is like he has a narrative, a right narrative of intolerance or something, and intolerance. Well, that's intolerance. That nationalism is kind of precarious, you know. In my opinion, this is not, well, right wing was always precarious. Hitler himself, Adolf Hitler, was fighting for Germans' rights was fighting for Germanic people basic rights, after the war. So right wing is always misery, people from the right wing, they are always very poor and very angry because of crisis, and well, what's next for America? In my opinion, Trump will try something. Maybe Trump will not keep the war, like the deep state, the military industrial complex. I guess Trump will try to fight that. It's not just me that I'm saying that. Elon Musk and Trump, they not represent the deep state, the globalists, this industrial war military academic, there's a better concept, because the academy is also producing this narrative to keep the wars going. It's very sad, because a lot of people around the world, they still believe that in this wokeism, the most important thing are not wars or genocides. Most important things are, I don't know, this democracy, and bad people, they should die, and bad Palestinians are bad people, and so on, There's a lot of people who say think like that because of the media. The media is also Fox News. I mean, it's very complex, because Fox News, Trump owns Fox News, I'm just trying to read something. Timur Fomenko didn't post nothing today. I'm going to read I'm just going to read Russia Today now. Russia Today. Eliminate him. A look at the violent rhetoric against Donald Trump. July 14th. Eliminate him. A look at the violent rhetoric against Donald Trump. Before he was shot at a campaign rally, former US President Donald Trump faced a barrage of threats from the left. From the left. Oh yeah, but it's funny, because the shot came from the left, but not the left, the politic left. Secret Service leads tend to Donald Trump after his attempted assassination in Butler, Pennsylvania. While the attempted assassination of Donald Trump has been roundly condemned by his political opponents, liberal politicians and pundits have implicitly and explicitly called for his death before. Trump narrowly avoided death at a campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania on yesterday, when an assassin's bullet apparently clipped his ear as it whizzed past his head. The shooter, named by the FBI as a 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks, killed one spectator at the rally and wounded two others before he was shot dead by Secret Service agents. So yeah, very interesting. In my opinion, could be a glass. I read in some YouTube channel that was a glass. Could be a glass. U.S. President Joe Biden recried the attempt on Trump's lives, declaring that there's no place for this kind of violence in America ever since Trump won a 2016 election. However, he has faced a steady stream of threats from members of Biden's party and their allies in the media. One, off his head, Hollywood celebrities react. Yeah, I don't want to. Oh yeah, but there is a lot of threats. Look, off with his head. Hollywood celebrities reacted with outrage to Trump's shot defeat of Hillary Clinton in 2016. 80s pop icon Madonna spoke of wanting to blow up the White House. Actor and activist Peter Fonda called for the president's youngest son Barron to be put in a cage with pedophiles. And comedian Kathy Griffin grabbed headlines when she posed for a photo shoot holding a mock-up of Trump's bloodied and severe head. Kathy Griffin should be arrested, jailed for inciting an assassination attempt on Donald Trump. Gain of Fauci and on Twitter. Addressing the audience and at Britain's Glastonbury Festival 2018, Johnny Depp wondered, when was the last time an actor assassinated a president, adding, maybe it's time. This reference to the assassination of Abraham Lincoln was echoed by Broadway star Carol Cook several months later, when she asked a photographer, "Where's John Wilkes Booth when you need him?" Anyway, there's a lot of 5-4. There's 4 actually, 4. But I have no more time. No more time for this. I have my own problems here in Chile. I try to do my best to explain that Trump, my opinion, my visions, that Trump is actually the right is always, and you know, I'm not agree that this is the left. You know, this is not the left. This is the liberal left something, but you know, by global South standards, this is not the left, because the left is not imperialist, should not be cannot be imperialist, you know, not in Chile. Just one more second, and yeah, I have this. Daniel Jadwe, as always said, is in prison. Daniel Jadwe is a really left politician from social democracy, maybe communist. He is in jail here in Chile because he is helping people. That's why. So free Jadwe.
En las escuelas que están en sus barrios y van caminando, entonces nadie ocupa locomoción colectiva para ir a la escuela. ¿Y eso qué significa? Menos congestión, menos contaminación. La salud se resuelve en efectivamente infraestructura que está muy cerca de la vivienda, y para eso no tenés que subirte a una micro ni al transporte colectivo, porque finalmente eso genera otras deseconomías que no se miden. Entonces, por ejemplo, en este indicador me llama la atención